This is the Daystate Huntsman Revere and 177 sub 12. What we're going to do today is take a variety of pellets and we're going to shoot them at 20 yards. We'll then take those favoured pellets and shoot them out at a further distance of 40 yards. And not only that, we're going to be testing slugs. Same format, shoot them at 20 yards, see which slugs it like, push them out to further distances. But before we do any of that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fill this up to 250 bar, it's max fill pressure, and we're going to see how many shots we get out of one fill. Also as well, we're going to be chronographing it along the way. Down at the bench now, we have the chronograph on the end of the barrel. We are shooting JSB 8.44 grain pellets. See what power it's producing and see how many shots we get. Here we go.
793, 784, 791, 786, 789.
Right, that's 130 shots now. Should start getting close very soon, but 130 shots is pretty darn good, I think. Magazine 11.
789, 786.
Right. Number 12. I have a feeling this might start dropping off now.
782, 777, 777, 777.
We could be there.
700.
There it goes.
68. 775.
I think it's just dropped off there.
775. 772.
And the shots are slightly lower now.
765.
Right, I'm probably going to say that's that done. It's just dropped off slightly. They're the lower shots that we're getting. So that was, I think this was the 13th mag. Nope, Chris is telling me this is the 12th magazine, which, so 11 times 13 is about 143 shots. I then just fired a few shots there. So we're probably getting about 145 shots from this Daystate 177 in sub 12, and the power was right up there. Right, that's the power and shot capacity done. What we're going to do now, get a load of pellets and we'll start doing some accuracy testing. Right then, here we go. First pellet, H&M Barracuda 8, 20 yards. Right, that's all 20 pellets fired. Nearly every single one was perfect, but we'll go have a look and try see which one it favoured best. At 20 yards there wasn't really much in it, but I have narrowed it down to these 9. H&M Barracuda 8, the H&M Field Target Trophy, QAS Streamline, QAS Streamline Heavy, QAS Domed Heavy, JSB Heavy, the Virac F&T Special, Crossman Premier and the Webley Acupel FT. Quite difficult choosing which pellets to put onto our 40 yard group, but we've picked 9 pellets and now we're going to shoot them out 40 yards and see how they do then. .40 yards done. Let's go check those out. At 40 yards there really isn't much to choose between them all. They all perform really well and they were all grouping under the size of a £1 coin. But for me the QAS Streamline 8.48 grit just edged it just by the tiniest margin. Pellet testing done. Massive array of pellets. It doesn't seem that fussy really, so just for a bit of fun we'll try some slugs, just going straight out to 40 yards and see how they do. .40 yards with slugs. Go down there, let's have a check. Out of the 10 slugs that we have just fired, there were 3 which stood out for me. They were the Pro Hunter 10.5 grain, the H&N 10 grain and the JSB Knockouts in 10.03 grain, all slugs shooting just under the size of a £1 coin. Out of those 3 slugs, the H&N just had that slight edge, but there was really nothing in it. So here we go then. 100 yards with some slugs. Going to see if we can hit these exploding targets. It was a very close call between 3 lots of slugs. Pro Hunters were probably just the best, but I'm a little bit short on Pro Hunter slugs, so I'm having to use the JSB Knockouts. Let's do a few practice shots, find out where we're shooting, then we'll try hit those targets. Here we go, first shot on the exploding target. Drifting to the left, I've got to hold about 1.5 mil hold over. There we go. Gone high, come down a little bit. Not bad. Alright, let's try and get that second one. It's still to the left. Get it come further over. 100 yards, sub 12, shooting 177 slugs. These are JSB Knockouts in 10.03 grain. I'd say that's pretty good when I figured out pretty much where it's shooting, and it just seemed to be shooting a little bit low and a little bit to the left. Once we get it on target, pretty good. That's the testing done with the Daystate Huntsman Revere in 177 sub 12. We tested a variety of pellets and even tested some slugs just to see what kind of accuracy we're going to get. Really surprising that this barrel is not a fussy barrel. It seemed to like nearly every single pellet we put through it. Then we tested it out and put it out to 40 yards, and that's where you started to see some of the groups open up. But there were the usual suspects which did really well, such as the QAS and the JSB type pellets. There's got H&N as well. Even the Virac, Crossman and Webley all performing really well. Then for a bit of fun, we decided to test some slugs, just went straight out to 40 yards with 10 different types of slugs. Out of those 10 that we tested, there was 3 which stood out the best. They were the Pro Hunter in 10.5 grain, the H&N in 10 grain, and the JSB Knockouts in 10.03 grain. Once we'd done that, we decided just to have a bit more fun, stuck out a target out at 100 yards, and then see if we could shoot some exploding targets. I'll admit, it took me a few shots before I managed to hit an exploding target, but I did get there in the end, shooting the JSB Knockouts out at 100 yards. If you're interested in the exploding targets that I use, I've left a link in the video description. Also, a big thanks to Bamford Guns, one of my local gun shops. They have kindly let me borrow this rifle so I can do this test. So if you do like this video, there are going to be quite a lot more videos like this. Hopefully you found this useful, and hopefully see you on another video soon.